Diane in Denmark here. What day is it? It's Friday. Woohoo! We made it to the end of another week. Rah, rah, rah. Let me just put down my pom-poms. Very icy cold here this morning, and I had a really good sleep last night, and I think it was because I had made up some hot water bottles. And I know it's a really old-fashioned thing. We don't strictly speaking need it. We've got good heating here in the house. But I think it's just really hoogly and cozy to have it. And the funny thing is that I love a hot water bottle, and so does my son, my dear son, 19, DS19. But my daughter, my DD 16, dear daughter 16, and my husband, they hate water bottles. So anyway, let me know if you're a hot water bottle fan or not. It's something I just associate with from when I was a wee girl. You know, when it was really cold, you would get a hot water bottle, and especially at my granny's. And my grannies have always seemed to get a hot water bottle, whatever the weather. Anyway, hot water bottles and pom-poms aside, two things today. I just wanted to catch up and do a wee check-in about our I Challenge Myself challenge that we started at the beginning of the year. And I've been reading a book this past week, which is really interesting in combination with all the Flylady stuff, all the getting things done stuff. Anyway, we'll get into that in a wee minute. And the other thing today for Friday, and coming up for the weekend, on the Flylady stuff, is that Flylady Friday is, you know, date night, whether you go out with, you know, your significant other or your husband, your best friend, or, you know, or stay at home. You know, do something nice for yourselves. As I mentioned before, my husband and I, we love to stay home. When we do date night, it's normally something like the cinema or going to a rock concert, something like that. And I've mentioned this before, but I always make up a basket for the family. This is our little tradition, it's our little ritual on a Friday, and I'll be adding to that. These are for me, the Pollies from Sweden. Chocolate, that's for my daughter, and my son and husband, they love Metador mix, and there'll be some other things in that. So that's what I'm doing for Friday. The other thing is for Friday is, you know, filling up your car with petrol. You know, if you use your car, you know, I mainly use the bike, but, you know, fill up your car with petrol when you're passing the petrol station, and tidy up your handbag. And I've just done my swimming bag, and I had some receipts in my handbag, so get any of those out and get it ready, and that way we're just kind of tying up the week. We're just putting a big bow on things and saying, okay, that was the end of the week, and we're looking forward to a nice relaxing weekend doing whatever you want to do. Anyway, let's get on to a wee update on I Challenge Myself challenge. Ooh, hold on, sorry, didn't mean to knock you over. Right. The I Challenge Myself challenge, at the beginning of the year I said I wasn't going to do, you know, those, okay, for 30 days we're going to do this, and we're going to, you know, we're going to throw out a bag of clutter every day, or we're going to be exercising 10 times a week. I asked you to challenge yourself just to do something a little bit better every day than what you're already doing. Now, or just to keep going with a small habit, you know, stay small and build big, instead of this having to have this huge thing that you're doing every day. And you know what happens, life happens, things get in the way, and then we tend to just ditch it. And for me, I was doing daily exercise. You know, I'm out on my bike daily anyway, and I'm cycling down to the sea for my skinny dip. But at this time of year, when it's really, really dark and really, really cold, I can get a bad case of the blahs. Not the blues, but just the blahs, just this general, you know, because of the lack of light. Actually, at the moment, we're up to something like 8 hours of daylight a day, woohoo! And which probably doesn't seem much where you are, but for us, just any extra minutes of daylight we get really makes a big change for us. So I added in some extra exercise, because generally at the end of the day, when it's getting dark, that's when it hits me. And I added in either doing quick jog around the block, and I've mentioned it before, I'm not training for a marathon, I'm not doing Ironman, I'm not doing anything like that. but just the very fact of I set the timer on my telephone for 7 minutes. I've got my little, I've got a headset on, so I've got one ear free for hearing, traffic and what's going on around me. I've got my little headset on, and then I've got my ear muffs and my hat, because, it's just above freezing here at the moment. And I set out and I run out for 7 minutes, and I have my music going. And when the timer goes on my telephone, I can hear it going in my headset, then I turn around and jog home. And then I set up a kind of safety net for myself on the days that I don't want to go out and do the jog. And I don't need to be jogging every day. On the days that I don't do the jog, I alternate that. Gosh, is that the right word in English? I've been speaking too much Danish the last couple of days. Anyway, I alternate that with doing a 7-minute strength app. And I've mentioned the app before. It's just a 7-minute app where you don't even need to change your clothes. I just normally loosen off my belt or, take off my necklace. And it's, push-ups and wall sit, lunges, squats. I can't remember the other things. But it's just 7 minutes, and it's just that kind of mind switch for me that, I've done something and I feel really good afterwards. And I post it every time I'm doing it, every day when I'm doing the run or the strength app. I post it on Instagram. And I know a lot of you have been posting too. And I know a lot of you have also been going out to walk the dog a bit extra, or getting on your treadmill and doing a walk. Just anything is better than what you were doing before. It doesn't need to be 7 minutes running around the block and 7 minutes back again. Just anything that you can do. And the other challenges that I've seen you doing, you've been decluttering, and also going for that, just one item per day. If you just stick to it, I'm just doing one item every day. If I can do more than one, that's great, but I need to at least do one item every day. You will see how that builds up and it becomes a habit. Now, on that note, you may have seen that this book has been all over the internet recently, and I tried to get it from the local library. My local Danish library doesn't have it. I don't buy books kind of ever, but I got this one and it's really interesting. And look at that, great cover. I like the gold. Look, we're all matching today. And it's all about, well, you can see it here, it's called Atomic Habits, which is tiny changes, remarkable results. And surprise, surprise, when you read it, it's all what we're doing. It's the Flylady system, it's getting things done system, it's good old-fashioned common sense, and it talks about how to break the bad habits and build on the good habits. And I hate, I hate people that turn down pages, but this is one that I've bought for myself. And I've just underlined a few bits just to share with you. Here's something. If you want better results, forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. What have we been saying about, having your morning routine, your evening routine, adding these little health things, or, if you want to improve your health, just adding a tiny, stage to your day every day. And the other thing, and here's one that also really focuses in on the Flylady's basic weekly plan. Remember, we've been talking about having the daily focus, like today is, date night, fill up your car with petrol, tidy out your handbag, Tuesday's plan and play day. It says when you have, where is it? If you're always being forced to make decisions about simple tasks, when should I work out, where do I go to write, when do I pay the bills, then you have less time for freedom. Well, yeah, that's what we've been talking about all the time. When you have a fixed day for doing things, or a fixed time of day, it really takes out the guesswork, and you've got the plan, and it frees you up to have more time to be creative and to do the fun stuff. And it talks about creating mental space needed for free thinking and creativity. And the other thing I wanted to mention, where was it now? Oh yeah, this thing I said to you I challenge myself challenge. if you had the idea that this year, okay, you want to be more healthy, you want to have more energy, you know, whatever it is, when you're faced with decisions during the day, you would say to yourself, you know, if you're about to have lunch, you would say to yourself, what would a healthy person do? Okay, and that's very powerful, because then when you're standing making your lunch, you're saying, do I go for the noodles that I just add the water, or do I take a piece of rye bread with, you know, some, you know, a hard-boiled egg on it, you know, just to give you an example. Whenever you're doing something, say, what would a healthy person do, or what would an athletic person do, or what would a very organized person do? You know, when you come in the house, what would a very organized person do? Well, a very organized person would immediately take off their coat and put it in the coat cupboard, because then they can find it the next time. You see, we're just kind of reminding ourselves of what type of person we want to be. So if you want to be an organized person, or you know, whatever it is, just ask yourself that question. What would, you know, that person do? And it'll maybe give you a little bit of backup and help you to make the right choice. So anyway, you may want to take a look at that. Please don't go buying anything. You don't need anything. And as I've said to you before, this is Flylady system, getting things done. It just goes more into why we do the things that we do, and why we're into, you know, why we have those habits, and how we can flip it and turn it into the good habits. Anyway, what time is it? Okay, yeah, I really need to get going, because the other thing, and I'm also started reading one of the gifts that I got for Christmas, because I know we're all about the books, and we all love books. I'm really enjoying the Andrea Camilleri ones, and this particular one, it's short stories. So every night when I'm in bed, I read one chapter, which is kind of one complete story in itself. So those are really great, and they're not suitable for children. I don't go getting this as an audio book and listening to it in front of the kids. The books that I read are not suitable for children. You know, they're murder mysteries, and there may be a bit of sex and good Italian food in them. So just a wee warning about that. We're coming up for the weekend, and I'm really excited today, because woohoo, I have a clothes swap party to go to. And I don't know if you've also noticed, but when I make the videos about the clothes swap parties and my haul, I'm really getting good at focusing on what is going to work for me and what is not going to work for me, and not bringing it home with me. And it's all in that mindset of when we're constantly, doing the Flylady system, and we're in the zones, we're aware of what we have and what we're using, what we're not using. And now when I go to the clothes swap party, in the beginning it would be like, oh, well, it's free, so if it's something that I think I might like, I'll just take it. I've really learned that just because something is free, or somebody's handing it on to you, or it seems very cheap in the charity shop or in the thrift store, it doesn't mean that you need to take it home with you. Okay, so let's be careful with what we're buying out there, and what we're bringing home with us, and what we're accepting from other people. Anyway, I've got three bags full, 3 IKEA bags full to take with me. And what else am I taking? Oh, and I'm making falafel and hummus to take with me, because all the ladies, we bring along something to eat. It's a potluck thing, so somebody's bringing white wine, and somebody's bringing a cake, somebody's bringing salad and chicken sticks, and I can't remember what the other thing is. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to that, and don't worry, I will be making a video if I have anything, if I bring anything home with me. And that is about it. Yeah, so anyway, I'm about to get on my way, get my skates on. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I shall see you on Instagram over the weekend. Keep going with those little good habits. Just say to yourself, what would an organized person do, or a healthy person do, or an energetic person do, and let's follow that path. So on that note, live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. Oh, and see my wee daffodils, they're so blooming lovely. And I shall see you probably bright and early on Monday morning. Okay, bye for now.